Hello guys and welcome to another David Zamoletta. My name is Serge and in today's video we're going to be painting this plastic bumper right here. We're going to be using this type of primer here. I picked this up at O'Reilly. This is a plastic adhesion promoter. So hopefully this does well. Got 2 cans of it just in case. I'm going to be prepping it using gray and burgundy type of Scotch Brights. I think that's what they're called. And then of course, before we actually paint it, we're going to be using grease and wax remover. So we do want to go over that before we even start priming, and then once we're painting. So let's get started. Built my own painter stand. It's out of wood. Only took 3 pieces of 2x4, cut them exactly down the middle, and then basically screwed it in exactly 24 inches in. So now I could select mounting points. So this is hanging nice and sturdy, and I have placed another screw here. And this is being held on by 2 screws. So now I could begin to paint it. So anyways guys, without no further ado, I don't want to really waste your time, but I will show you my entire days of work that I have done. Starting with building this painter's table, let's just call it, right? Actually, I just guessed the dimensions, built it, and actually it's working quite nicely. Fits the bumper. Also, I can build another one like this, put it next to it, and put a hood on. I'm using a gray only Scotch Brite to scuff up the bumper. I went over it pretty well, and now I'm just basically degreasing it. And it's going to be ready for the adhesion promoter. This is like very clear, and it's impossible to see where I'm actually putting it on. So I'm trying to make sure I have a plan together, and that's exactly what I did. Went by all of the areas several times, making sure I got it into all kinds of details. And now basically on to the sanding. So I started sanding over here, and immediately I realized, I don't know what's going on, but the primer that I used, which was together with paint, was definitely the wrong choice for this job. I guess it's not really meant to be sanded because it's for like home projects or whatever. And what's it doing? Even though it's set for 24 hours, it's curling up and it's stuffing up my sandpaper, and it's just impossible to work. So it's very embarrassing and disappointing all at the same time. I really had like no idea that this was about to happen. So I immediately started sanding, and the sandpaper that I'm using, you could also use it with water. Basically, it's a wet sand or dry sand type of application. So I tried both. I tried using water and everything, and over here, it's the same thing happening. So it took me a while to basically sand it down. As you can see, you see how it's curling down. I know that looks normal, okay, but this is just me getting started here and doing it simply by hand, and it's already this scuffed up. So what's it doing is, it's actually, as it builds up on the sandpaper, it acts like a sticky glue, and it rips off all of the other remaining primer. So very disappointing, but I end up just sanding off the whole thing and basically redoing everything all over. Now I did run out of primer, so I cannot really re-prime this. I do have some primer, but those bottles are old and they don't want to really work. So I actually have a different type of solution for this. Well, go to the store basically and buy some more, right? But anyways, I have noticed that after sanding it down like really good, this side on the right, some of the Bondo that I applied, okay, it's working out just fine. I wanted to make sure I sand it down. But the one on the left, a crack has developed. So I actually need to remove that once I actually remove all of this primer and rebondo some of the area. So today was a late start in the day for me anyways. I actually went to the store and got the adhesion promoter and got some other painter stuff and had to build a table, which was very easy to build, but 4 hours was wasted, obviously. So I only had like 3 hours of daylight left, and this is all I was able to do today, unfortunately. As you can see right here, it's fine. But on the left side, you see that it's kind of like standing up right there. So I'm going to have to scrape that off and just redo it. I mean, this is not like a difficult job, but either way, I mean, I don't want the stuff peeling off on me. Unfortunately, I have to do it again. And I think I also did not use enough hardener because this was very easy to peel. So next time I'm going to use a little bit more hardener on this. Using hardener is always like a guessing game. I'm basically just going with my gut feeling on the hardener itself. So all of this stuff is fine, but now I'm just going to try to scrape it with my screwdriver just to give it a little bit more adhesion power, but I don't know if this is really going to work because I really will not be able to get there with the sandpaper. So anyways, now I'm going to be applying Bondo again. And I have added my first coat, and here goes the second coat. And I'm basically working on other projects as I'm going along. So over here, instead of using primer, I'm just basically just using paint now. And we'll see how that goes. It's definitely looking a lot better. Also, I've learned a lesson not to be really heavy on the primer because it can really affect the drying power, and also use the primer in just the area that I'm actually working in, not to try to go wild and just, even though it looks pretty, to spray it everywhere, but basically just use primer where it needs and nothing more, nothing less. But over here I sanded everything down like really good now, and I'm going to apply a little bit more Bondo to the project. Hey guys, this is self-etching primer, and it no longer wanted to spray, but it's actually like a brand new bottle. I don't recommend you do this, okay? But what I end up doing is I cut a tiny hole, like with my Dremel, like over top, facing away from me, okay? So it released a lot of pressure outside, also with like a little bit of paint. But when you straighten out the bottle like this, it was just releasing vapor. But you know, like if you're gonna do this, make sure you're doing it like away from me. So a very long time ago, I picked up one of these. Amazing spray system. So I've actually never used it. I don't even know if it still works, but I have it. So apparently I got a lid. I got this. So let's see. Well, let's get a funnel. We got a funnel. Now let's pour it. Wow, that filled up quite fast. Wow, such a big bottle. And it's like they knew what we're gonna use it for, you know? Basically, it's just enough to fit all of the fluids. So now I could just put a lid on it. Or I can remove this. Let's see if this even works. I don't know how or why, but there's a hole in this. I know one thing is I didn't drop it. The sprayer itself looks like it works. It's just a sprayer right there. It does look like this is a factory type of hole, so I don't understand why was it leaking. I did attach it. So now let's go find something to practice on. Starting to bubble up out of that hole. Apparently maybe I filled up too much. I mean, this, to be honest, like this kind of sucks. It's spraying all out of top, out of bottom. So if somebody's trying to touch up their classic car, like they got the pictures of it, you're gonna have this stuff dripping on your headlights and what have you. But for this, it's gonna work great. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and hit that like button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.